Hello, my name is Tom Redmon, and it's my privilege to be a part of the presentation group at the SAIS Annual Meeting. My session is going to be focused on what happens to heads during their first year. My current role is to be a senior consultant with Carney, Sando & Associates, which is a search firm based in Boston, Massachusetts. And now my work is usually out of the Atlanta office, but it focuses entirely on searches for headships. This session is going to be an opportunity for heads of schools and others who would like to think about the topic to consider what's so important about the conversations that need to take place, especially with board chairs, during the first year of a head's tenure. Stories are a major part of a school's unfolding drama at the level of the head and board chair, and it's always some drama. Not so long ago, in a school in the southeastern United States, a head of school sat down with a board chair around about Halloween. Halloween is appropriate because Halloween is filled with horror stories. This is a good one. The board chair decided that it was time for the head and the board chair to go on a fishing trip together. The fishing trip started out well, tickets well made, accommodations set up, but in the course of finding the first time sitting together and beginning to throw lines in the water, this was in a lake, not an ocean, it suddenly became very apparent that neither the head of school nor the board chair had any clue what to talk to each other about sitting on the bank of the lake. The whole point of this horror story, and it was a horror story for both people, is that something needs to happen prior to fishing trips alone on the bank with the bait before you get into some significant conversations. This program session is designed to focus on the questions and the situations that school heads find themselves in during that first year, and to see if we can find ways to talk about what makes good sense and what moves us towards success. So here are a few questions. First of all, questions that heads might ask the board chair. And then secondly, some questions that board chairs might want to address for the head. Now, those of you coming to this session may all be heads, but if you can provoke your board chair to ask these kinds of questions, which they typically don't ask during the first year, this will go a long way to improving the dialogue and developing an ease and a comfort in the leadership styles of the two chief volunteer and paid offices in the school. We'll also finally pick a little, 2 or 3 of us, to have an opportunity to do some dialogue and role play as we consider what it's like for the head of school and the board chair to sit down together during the first year and decide, is this working? A most important question that needs to be resolved all along the way, not at one large, heavy evaluation point during that first year. So come join us for this extended conversation about some of the most important activities that a head can take on during that first year. If you don't think about it ahead of time, it probably won't happen well. So join us for some great conversations. You'll laugh a little bit. You'll appreciate some of the situations that board chairs and heads can get themselves into. And I hope you'll come away from it with some increased interest in making sure that whenever you have your next first year, it will be the very best.